Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy Middleton, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the personality test in higher education. More specifically, the use of this test, the pros and cons, and how it relates to leadership, both professional and student. Just to give you a quick background, these tests were created for educational, organizational, and leadership development purposes. And the good thing about a lot of these personality tests is that they are not career specific, and so to speak. They are very wide ranging, which allows the results to be used across multiple different careers. Just because you took this test in college doesn't mean it only works for higher education. There's the understanding of your personality and or your strengths allows you to be able to incorporate what you've learned into every aspect of your life, both working as well as personal life. So let's speak a little bit about the use of these tests in higher education. Colleges and universities have put a large stock in personality tests, and the reason why is because personalities are always changing, and more importantly, these tests allow institutions to help understand their students as well as students to understand themselves, both in interacting with students in the crowd as well as interacting with teachers in the classroom, as well as potentially looking for student leadership positions moving forward. um, like I mentioned earlier, many of these tests were created for the use of a career moving forward and not specifically a direct path. And it allows institutions to tie in these tests into their freshman seminar courses or even as entrance requirements in some instances. And these courses and requirements allow students to get an understanding at an early age as well as be developed throughout their college career. These tests tie into leadership and student leadership. More importantly, you can see it that like at a lot of the Texas A&M system schools, for example, they require their students to take this test both upon entry and or upon taking a certain course. And the reason why is because this is they have full buy-in into the results of the strength quest, and more importantly, they have put a lot of money into training a lot of staff members on every campus to be strengths quest coaches. It allows these individuals to teach students how to grow, how to use their strengths to their environment, to their student leadership positions, and potentially into their future. Now, let's talk about kind of the real world applications. The use of these data can provide self awareness and student behavior motivation, and more importantly, it's been shown to be a predictor of leader effectiveness. Okay. And I think this is important to note because as we move forward in this presentation and as readers of this presentation, you can kind of talk about, man, my strengths and my personality has led me to understand that I am an X type of leader or a Y type of leader. And your understanding of that has allowed you to move forward in these areas. So let's talk about some of the pros and cons. Um, I've bulleted them here, but one of the more important aspects of Strengths Quest and Myers Briggs and other personality tests is that they are, in fact, directed for the person and not for the job. This allows these tests to give more direct results and more information related to the different type of personalities that individuals can be presenting with. When these results come out, the pros are that they allow students to better understand their roles and their friendships and their jobs on campus and how they can grow as individuals before they take on the workforce. Some of the cons and disadvantages to this are very, very minimal, but also they're there. There has to be buy-in. Students, in the student aspect, students need to understand or believe and buy into the idea that understanding your strengths and understanding your personality will help you go far in the workforce. Um, another disadvantage, and this is more toward professionalism, is that there's a potential bias in hiring and interpersonal reactions, and this is because Certain strengths, we'll use strengths quest for example. Certain strengths do not interact well with other strengths. For example, not many people like woos, or certain strength can conflict with a woo, and woo means win others over. So there could be a bias in the hiring process. So let's talk about leadership. Finally, with student development, leadership programs are designed for these students and designed to understand their curricular, social, and extracurricular careers and how we can apply these strengths and these personality types to those. And it allows development. It allows both development under the students, but also for faculty and staff to coach and grow these students from freshman to senior year. These tests have been proven to do that and have helped so often that they're growing and being used throughout many institutions across the nation. And here are some of the references that I used for this presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.